Let me speak to the part of you still waiting. The part that's tired of believing. The part that wonders if the promise was for someone else. You've seen so many things start. So many doors open, only to shut. So many paths that seemed right, only to vanish. And still, you remain. Still hoping. Still holding on. Still trying to trust. But I know how hard it's been. I know how long you've waited. I know how much you've carried without answers. You've whispered, why hasn't it happened yet? You've prayed, am I forgotten? You've thought, maybe I missed it. But let me say this gently, clearly, tenderly. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are in the middle. And the middle feels like a storm because it is where I do my deepest work. The in-between. The tension of what you hoped for and what you haven't yet seen. The ache of what was promised and the silence of delay. But child, I am in the middle. Not just at the end. Not just in the result. But right here, with you. In the process that feels like nothing is moving. Even now, I'm shaping something in the unfinished. In the chapters that don't make sense yet. In the prayers that seem unanswered. In the dreams that look paused. You are tempted to measure your worth by what is complete. By what is finished. By what others can see and understand. But I do not measure like they do. I see the seed of your obedience. I see the faith that still breathes. Even when everything feels still. I see the yes you gave me. Even when it cost you peace, comfort, reputation. And I am honoring that. Even now. Even here. This is not wasted. This is not for nothing. And you are not doing it wrong. You're just in the part that requires trust. Not proof. Not performance. Just trust. And if this whisper finds you in a tender place, let it stay with you. If you feel led, pause and share this moment, like, comment, share, or subscribe, not to promote, but to extend the invitation. To remind someone else waiting that they're not alone in the middle. Now come back. Let me speak again. Trust me with the unfinished. That's where I work best. You've been trained to chase results. To measure progress in visible ways. To only celebrate what can be counted. But I move differently. I plant before I show fruit. I prepare in silence. I speak in whispers before I release the shout. And if you could only see what I'm cultivating beneath the surface. You would not panic in the pause. You would not quit in the quiet. You would not curse the unfinished. Because the unfinished is holy. It's where I shape you. It's where you learn to rest. It's where you finally lay down your need to control and begin to trust that my timing is not cruel, it's kind. You see waiting as delay. But I see it as design. Every piece not yet complete is an invitation. An invitation to depend. To slow down. To see me not just in the answer, but in the process. You pray for peace. But peace does not come in perfection. It comes in presence. And I am here. I am here in the question marks. I am here in the open endings. I am here in the stories still being written. Even when the chapter feels like a mess. The author is still present. And I write good stories. I write redemptive endings. I write miracles into the margins. But only if you don't take the pen away from me. You want to finish it on your own. You want to close the loop. Tie the bow. End the sentence. But some things I leave open so that faith can breathe. So that hope can stretch. So that you can learn to live in the mystery, not with fear. But with wonder. I never asked you to figure it all out. I asked you to follow me. One day at a time. One breath at a time. And I'm still leading. Even when the map isn't clear. Even when the road feels long. Even when the promise feels distant. I have not left. I have not changed. And I will not fail you. Trust me with the unfinished. Because it's not undone to me. It's unfolding. You feel behind. But who told you there was a clock? Who convinced you that my promises have an expiration date? Who said that because it's taking longer, it's no longer mine? Not me. Not the one who exists outside of time. Not the one who numbers your days with purpose. Not pressure. You are not behind. You are becoming. Every pause has purpose. Every delay has design. Every moment of waiting is preparing the foundation for something more solid than what you could build on your own. You want it quickly. But I want it to last. You want resolution. But I want transformation. You want completion. But I want communion. Because what good is a finished product if it comes at the cost of intimacy? What good is a perfect plan if you miss the person guiding it? I'm not just after outcomes. I'm after your heart. And if you let me, I'll use this unfinished place to draw you deeper. To show you the beauty of walking without all the answers. To help you see me in ways you never could if everything made sense. It's okay to grieve what hasn't happened. It's okay to mourn the timeline you imagined. But don't let that grief steal your gaze from me. I'm still here. Still speaking. Still writing. Still working. Even in the pieces. Even in the process. Even in the pause. This isn't a detour. This is the path. And the path is still leading you home. So don't rush what I'm doing slowly. Don't despise what you can't yet name. Don't give up on what feels unformed. Because I do my best work in the unfinished. And you, my child, are right on time. Some things you thought would be resolved by now still linger. Some dreams feel distant. Some prayers still echo without reply. But I am not done. And neither are you. There are promises that feel paused, not because I have changed my mind, but because I am preparing the ground beneath your feet. Because what I give, I want you to carry well. Not with exhaustion, not with fear, but with deep joy and steady peace. And that kind of joy only comes when you know how to trust me when nothing is complete. That kind of peace is only built in the tension of the unfinished. Let me build it in you. Let me prove to you that you don't have to see the whole picture to be held in my plan. You can rest even when the paint is still wet. You can breathe even when the answers aren't here yet. You can worship even in the hallway. Even when the next door hasn't opened. Because I am here. I am not just waiting at the end. I'm walking with you through every unclosed sentence. Every almost. Every not yet. And I will not let your hope be wasted. I collect every tear. I hear every longing. I hold every fragile dream. You are not foolish for believing. You are faithful for staying. And your faith is growing. Even when it feels like nothing is. You may not feel brave. But faith isn't about feeling brave. It's about choosing to keep going even when everything still feels undone. That's where I meet you. That's where I remind you that I'm the one who finishes what I start. And I started something in you. I breathed it into your bones before time began. I wrote it into your DNA. And no delay, no detour, no discouragement can erase it. Trust me with the unfinished. Because what looks like a mess to you is a masterpiece in my hands. You've been faithful, even when the outcome didn't match the effort. Even when you felt like your prayers hit the ceiling. Even when others moved on and you were still waiting. That kind of faith is rare. And I treasure it. I see you choosing me when you could choose to walk away. I see you trusting me when everything in you wants to take control. I see the way you return to hope. Again and again, even when your heart feels tired. And I honor that, because I never asked for perfection. I asked for trust. And that's what you're giving me. Every time you say yes without clarity. Every time you stay when you could run. Every time you speak hope when your voice trembles. You are trusting me. And I will not let that trust go unanswered. I am not teasing you with the promise. I am teaching you to lean. I am not testing your faith to break it. I am deepening your roots. So that when the answer comes, and it will, you will know how to carry it without fear. You will know how to hold it without idolizing it. You will know that it was never about the result. It was always about the relationship. You and me. In the middle. In the unknown. In the sacred space of surrender. So breathe. You don't have to earn what I already promised. You don't have to figure out what I already settled. You just have to trust. Trust me with what doesn't make sense yet. Trust me with what feels out of reach. Trust me with what others don't understand. Trust me with the unfinished. Because I see the whole thing. And what I've started, I will finish. Let's talk about your timeline. The one you held so tightly. The one that made you feel like you failed because things didn't happen the way you hoped. You've mourned deadlines you created. You've judged yourself by calendars that I never wrote. But child, I am not bound by your clock. I am not limited by your age. your season, or your schedule. I move at the pace of purpose, not pressure. And I'm not late. You're not late. You're in the middle of becoming. You're exactly where I knew you'd be. In the place where you must choose between disappointment or dependence. Between fear or faith. Between closing your heart or keeping it open. Even when it hurts. Stay open. Stay soft. Stay with me. I know you feel exposed in this place. Like everyone else is moving forward while you're standing still. But stillness is not failure. It's formation. It's where I whisper the truths that don't shout. It's where I uncover the things you didn't know you were carrying. Not to shame you, but to set you free. To lighten your load. To remind you that you don't have to carry what you thought you had to finish alone. You're not alone. You never were. You never will be. And even if no one else understands the middle you're in, I do. Because I wrote it, and I'm writing still. So hand me the brush again. Let me fill the blank spaces. Let me color the places that feel dull and lifeless. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to keep giving me your yes. Trust me with the unfinished. It's where I reveal my glory. You've asked, why is it taking so long? But I ask you this. Why do you think slow means forgotten? I've never been in a hurry. Not when I formed the stars. Not when I crafted the earth. Not when I shaped your soul. The deepest things take the longest time. Roots must grow before fruit appears. And faith must deepen before fulfillment arrives. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. Not for something small. Not for something ordinary. But for something eternal. I don't build quick things. I build lasting things. I don't answer shallow prayers. I honor the ones that draw you to me over and over. And I know, the in-between is exhausting. You've grown tired of trusting. Tired of holding hope with shaking hands. But let me be the strength your grip lacks. Let me be the one who holds your dreams when your arms fall. Let me be the one who speaks peace over your restless heart. You don't have to keep everything together. You don't have to force what isn't ready. You don't have to rush the story I'm still writing. Even when you can't trace my hand, you can trust my heart. And my heart is for you. Not just for your future, but for your now. For this day. For this breath. Even in the silence. Even in the stillness. Even in the unfinished. Especially there. That's where I move. That's where I speak. That's where I become real in ways no result ever could. Trust me, child, with what's unformed, with what's unfolding, with what's unfinished, because I'm not done, and neither are you. And this middle ground you're standing in, it's not empty. It's not meaningless. It's not a waste. It's the place where I meet you most tenderly. When the lights are low and the answers are few. When the applause is gone and the silence stretches. This is where your soul softens. This is where I draw near. This is where you learn to love me not just for what I give, but for who I am. This kind of trust is not built in the highlight reel. It's formed in the shadows. In the not yet. In the days that feel repetitive. In the work that feels unseen. In the sacrifices no one claps for. But I see the offering of your perseverance. I see the tears behind your faith. I see the cost of your obedience. And I call it worship. Not because you're strong, but because you're surrendered. Not because you've mastered the process, but because you keep coming back. Day after day. Even when nothing changes. Even when the doors remain closed. Even when the promise still feels out of reach. That is trust. That is faith. That is what moves me. So don't despise this season. Don't rush through what I'm using to refine you. Don't curse the unfinished. Because it is holy. You are standing on sacred ground. And what looks undone now will one day be the testimony you speak with fire in your bones. So trust me with the silence. With the loose ends. With the incomplete pages. Because I know how it ends. And I finish beautifully. Let's talk about your heart. The one that's bruised from disappointment. The one that's carried hope like glass, fragile. Trembling. Afraid to shatter again. I see you. You've said things like, I trust you. But underneath, you've also whispered, please don't let this be another almost. You've prayed with faith. But you've also flinched when the waiting got long. You've smiled with others while carrying quiet grief. And I haven't missed a single part of that. Not one. I hold the complexity. I hold the contradiction. I hold the ache and the courage. You don't have to clean it up before you come to me. Bring me the mixed emotions. Bring me the tired dreams. Bring me the unfinished hopes. I will not shame your sadness. I will not punish your doubt. I will meet you in the middle, where trust still trembles but refuses to walk away. Because I've never walked away from you. I've stayed, through the seasons that made no sense, through the paths that felt like dead ends, through the pain that threatened to unravel you. I stayed, and I'll stay still, through every unknown, through every pause, through every unfinished chapter. Let your heart rest in this truth. It's okay not to know what's next. It's okay to feel unsure. It's okay to not have the full picture. Because I do. And I'm not asking you to write the ending. I'm just asking you to hold the pen loosely. And let me finish what I began. Trust me with the unfinished. I know how to make it whole. Let me remind you again. Slow does not mean stagnant. Just because you can't see movement doesn't mean there's no momentum. I work beneath the surface. In the soil. In the secret. You look at your life and wonder, what's growing here? And I say, everything. Everything is growing, even if it's hidden from your eyes. Your patience is deepening. Your discernment is sharpening. Your heart is softening. And your roots, oh, your roots are anchoring into me like never before. That matters more than the fruit you're waiting for. Because fruit is for a season. But roots, they are for life. And I am more interested in who you're becoming than what you're producing. So don't despise the slow days. Don't curse the quiet. Don't fear the unfinished. This space, this sacred, stretching, unfinished space, it's not a void. It's a womb. A place where something holy is forming. A place where what I promised is taking shape. It's dark. Yes. It's uncomfortable. Yes. It's uncertain. Yes. But it's not empty. I am here. And I am not passive in the process. I am deliberate. I am near. And I am good. The things you think are delayed, I call right on time. The things you call broken, I call ready. The things you call undone, I call in progress. So don't judge your story by its current page. Trust the author. Trust me. With what's unclear. With what's unfinished. With what's still unfolding. I'm not writing a tragedy. I'm writing redemption. And the ink of my promise will not run dry. And what if I told you that the beauty of your story isn't in how quickly it ends, but in how deeply it moves? What if I told you that the detours you fear are divine appointments? What if I told you that what looks like silence is saturated with my voice? You keep looking for the finish line, but I'm looking for your heart. You keep chasing the next step, but I'm asking you to stay present in this one. You want the answers, but I am the answer. You think completion means clarity, but I am calling you to trust without seeing. That's not punishment. That's intimacy. To walk with me in the fog and know that you are still safe. To follow me through uncertainty and know that I still lead well. To wait with me and not worry. Because I never waste what I hold. And I hold your every unfinished piece. The projects that didn't work out. The relationships that didn't last. The dreams that shifted shape. The healing that hasn't yet come. The clarity that feels out of reach. Bring it all to me. Let me hold what you cannot fix. Let me carry what you don't know how to explain. Let me love what still feels messy. You don't have to tie it up before you give it to me. I receive the raw. I bless the broken. I move in the middle. You think the testimony is only in the ending, but I see it already in your faith. In your willingness to keep going. In your decision to wake up and believe again. In your yes, even when there are no signs. That's where heaven celebrates. That's where the breakthrough begins. Not at the finish line, but in the place where you choose to trust again. So trust me, with the pieces, with the questions, with the unfinished story that still trembles in your hands. Because I'm not done writing. And you're not done becoming. Let me tell you something about the way I work. I don't rush healing. I don't fast forward the becoming. I don't skip the middle just to get to the end. I walk with you through every unfinished thing, not to fix it all at once, but to teach you how to trust me in real time. Because I'm not just building outcomes. I'm building relationship. I'm teaching your heart to know mine. I'm showing you how to lean into my presence when clarity runs out. And I know it's hard. You want to know how it ends. You want the chapter closed, the sentence complete, the period in place. But I keep you in commas. I keep you in pauses. I let you linger in the unknown. Not to frustrate you, but to free you. Because in the unfinished, your soul learns to breathe. You learn that you are not what you accomplish. You learn that I do not love based on results. You learn that your value is not in the visible, but in the unseen trust that anchors you when everything else shakes. And child, I know what I'm doing. I've never left a single story undone. I've never walked away from a work I began. And I won't start with you. So let go of the need to tie it all up. Let go of the guilt for what still feels messy. Let go of the fear that says, it'll never change. Because I change things all the time. I change hearts. I change minds. I change stories. And I am changing yours. Right now. Even if you can't see it yet. Even if it feels slow. Even if it feels impossible. I am still moving. Still shaping. Still speaking. Still writing. So keep the page open. Let me finish what I started. Trust me with the unfinished. Because what's forming now will be worth every moment of mystery. You've been faithful in the unseen. You've worshipped without the evidence. You've served without recognition. You've planted seeds in fields you may never harvest, and still, you stayed. Do you think I don't see that? Do you think I don't celebrate that? The world applauds the outcome. But I honor the unseen obedience. I bless the heart that keeps saying yes. Even when it would be easier to quit. That's who you are. Even in your doubt. Even in your weariness. Even when you feel like you're holding nothing but pieces. You keep saying yes. And that's all I've ever needed. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to finish the sentence. You just need to keep the page open. Let me continue. Let me carry what you can't. Let me shape what you don't understand. Let me fill what still feels hollow. Because nothing is wasted. Not the waiting. Not the wondering. Not the weary nights when tears speak louder than words. Not the questions you carry to me again and again. I receive all of it. I hold all of it. I redeem all of it. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not broken beyond repair. You are becoming, even here. Especially here. In the unfinished. Because I've never needed a perfect vessel. Only a willing one. And you are willing. So breathe. You're doing better than you think. You're further than you feel. And you are right on time for what I am building in you. Trust me with the unfinished. It's how I make you whole. This is the sacred place. The unfinished. The unwrapped. The unfolding. You want to close the gap. I want to fill it with grace. You want to resolve the tension. I want to meet you inside it. You want to rush forward. But I want to rest with you here. This is the altar of becoming. This is where the unspoken becomes prayer. Where the waiting becomes worship. Where the silence becomes sanctuary. So don't rush past this place. Don't try to clean it up too fast. Don't hide the questions that still echo inside. Bring them here. Bring them to me. I will not turn away from your ache. I will not rush your pace. I will not demand what you do not have. I will simply stay. And I will finish what I started. I will write the chapters you're too weary to imagine. I will complete the lines you're too afraid to speak. I will pour my spirit into every empty space. And the places you once feared would remain forever incomplete, they will overflow with life. With peace. With purpose. Not because you figured it out. But because you trusted me with what you didn't. And in that trust, I will meet you with more than answers. I will meet you with myself. I am the ending. I am the completion. I am the fulfillment. And I never leave anything undone. So let the unfinished be sacred. Let the mystery be holy. Let the process be enough, because I am in it. And I am enough. You are safe in the slow. You are seen in the silence. You are surrounded in the uncertainty. And you are deeply, fiercely, endlessly loved. Right here, right now. As you are. So trust me, child. Not with what's finished, but with what's still forming. I am the God of the middle. I am the God of the undone. I am the God who stays until it is whole. And you are my beloved. You don't need to know what happens next. You just need to know I'm with you. And I'm not letting go. Not now. Not ever. So breathe now. This is not the end. This is not the finish line. This is not the last word. This is the middle, and I am here. I am not afraid of what's missing. I am not disappointed by what's undone. I am not waiting for you to be finished to call you mine. You are already chosen, already carried, already becoming. And what I began, I will complete. There is no need to rush. No need to prove. No need to panic. You are held in the hands of the one who formed galaxies without stress. You are being carried by the one who numbers your days in mercy. You are being shaped by the one who calls you beautiful in the breaking. This is the promise. Not that you'll understand it all, but that you'll never walk alone. Not that it will always be easy, but that I will always be enough. Not that you'll feel finished, but that I will finish what I started in you. Let this truth hold you now. Let it anchor you. Let it calm your breathing. Let it steady your trembling. I am here, still faithful, still writing, still working, still loving, still choosing you. So lay down the fear. Lay down the pressure. Lay down the heavy weight of trying to hold it all. You don't need to finish this alone. You never were. You never will be. I am with you, in the waiting, in the wandering, in the wondering. I am in the unanswered. I am in the unresolved. I am in the unseen. Trust me with the unfinished. And watch how I make it glorious. There will come a day when you look back on this season and see it clearly. You'll see the purpose in the pauses. You'll see the strength that formed in the silence. You'll see the beauty that was birthed in the unfinished. But for now, I just ask you to trust. Not blindly, but boldly. Not because you know everything, but because you know me. I am the author. I do not forget my storylines. I do not abandon what I write. I do not leave chapters dangling without meaning. I bring closure. I bring clarity. I bring completion. And I bring it in love. So if it's not finished yet, it's not over. And if it's not clear yet, it's not lost. You are still in the story. You are still in the promise. You are still in the process. And I am still here. I will never stop loving you through the middle. I will never rush what must be done slowly. I will never give up on what we're building together. So trust me, with the part that still feels unsteady, with the prayers still unanswered, with the hope that feels faint. Trust me, and keep walking, keep breathing, keep becoming, because one day, you will see it. You will stand in the finished thing and say, "He was faithful through it all." And I will be smiling, whispering, "I told you, trust me with the unfinished." Because I always finish what I start. Always. Let this be your gentle exhale. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not lost in the mess of an incomplete life. You are in the middle of a miracle. You are in the unfolding of something sacred. You are in the hands of the one who knows how to finish beautifully. So release the panic. Release the shame. Release the idea that you have to fix what only I can finish. I have not forgotten a single detail. I have not abandoned a single prayer. I have not overlooked a single moment of your faithfulness. All of it is known. All of it is held. All of it is being used. So don't stop now. Don't give up now. Don't let weariness win now. Rest, yes. Pause, yes. But don't walk away from what I'm still forming. You haven't seen the full picture yet. You haven't tasted the joy that's coming. You haven't stepped into the fullness I've prepared. But you will. Keep your heart open. Keep your spirit soft. Keep your eyes on me. And I will lead you through this unfinished place, into something more beautiful than you imagined. Because I am the one who finishes. And you, beloved, are worth the wait. Worth the time. Worth the process. Trust me. One more day. One more step. One more breath. I am already in your tomorrow. And I will not leave anything undone. Let it echo in your soul again and again. Trust me with the unfinished. Because I'm not done. And I never fail. So when the night feels long and the answers feel far, when you're tempted to give up or close the book on your story. Remember this: I am still writing. I am still near. And what is unfinished in your eyes is unfolding in mine. Let peace settle where panic used to live. Let faith rise where fear once stood. And let me carry what you don't know how to hold. You're not alone. You never were. You never will be. Because I, the Lord who began this good work in you, will carry it to completion. Every word, every moment, every detail, finished in love. Amen. Even here, in the last breath of this moment, I am still whispering, trust me, not because you see the ending, but because you know the one who holds it. And I am faithful, forever. So let this be your anchor in the days to come. When the answers are slow, when the way is unclear, when the questions come back, let this whisper remind you, I'm still here. I haven't changed my mind about you. I haven't walked away from the story we're writing. And I haven't forgotten what I promised. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are not stuck. You are seen. You are loved. You are becoming. And all that feels unfinished now, one day, you will look back and see it for what it was. Holy, sacred, held. Trust me with the unfinished. Because I will finish it. And it will be beautiful. And when the day comes that you see clearly what I've been forming all along, you will not regret a single moment spent trusting me. You will see the threads woven through delay and silence. You will see the glory that grew from what once felt so unfinished. And you will know deep in your soul, I was with you. I was faithful. I was writing beauty where you once only saw brokenness. Trust me, always, even now, especially now, because I'm still working, and the story is still being written. And child, I always finish what I start. And in the end, you'll see, what felt unfinished was always becoming something eternal. And I was with you every step of the way. Always faithful.